Hey, it's been a hot minute since I've been on this channel. Okay, it's not that I've been MIA. If you know about my other channel, I've been like posting there, a lot. What the hell is my child doing? He's up to something. Hold on. Child, my cat ran away because he knew he was doing something he wasn't supposed to. Anyways, let's get some natural light in here, even though it's about to rain again. How you been? What you've been reading? I've been reading nothing but fan fiction. I would try to pick up a book and then put it down. Like I even had a whole plan, like what, a few months ago, like back in August, to like read nothing but fantasy for that month, or at least the next 2 weeks. Baby, barely, barely. But I do have some library books as usual, and a few things on my Kindle. Baby, let's just hop into it. Am I going to finish my goals for the end of the year? Absolutely not. Absolutely. We are in November. The time I'm filming this, we are in November. Anyways, how you liking the nails, girl? I've been practicing, girl. This is really impactful right here. This one right here, yeah. Anyways, listen. Let's see. I've been focused on makeup, to be honest with you. And then even when I wasn't in the mood for makeup, I wasn't reading, just reading fan fiction. And maybe I should come on here and discuss the fan fiction that I'll be reading if y'all are interested. But now that I'm trying to, go back into reading that reading bug. So far, I started to read, what the fuck? So far, I started to read The Woman with the Ring. Baby, I'm 52% in. I'm bored as hell. It's giving insta lovey-ish. Like, it's a mafia romance where old girl, she got kidnapped within the first chapter and she's forced into this marriage, right? Because he's trying to negotiate with the rest of the families because I guess his family getting the short end of the deal with the 5 families and stuff. Here's the thing. I was hoping for some more pushback. I don't know. Maybe the mafias ain't hitting. Or in reality, ever since I read that one series, I just haven't been like what is it? The Shadow Daddy series? I don't think it's a Shadow Daddy series. Either way, I do this thing where it's like I'm a mood reader, right? But like once I read like a really good book, it's almost as if I'm in a reading slump after a good book. Like it's like the momentum just stops unless it's part of a series. But even though I'm not feeling The Woman with the Ring, I'm like 58% into the book, and I'm not gonna lie, it's giving a 3-star for me. I might drop it, who knows? But this one book I'm reading, which is the first of a series, of course, and it is, what is it? Taken to Voraxia, baby, by Miss Elizabeth, baby. This is the one sci-fi book I'll be reading for this year because I'm liking it. Like high-key. And yes, not insta lovey, but like more on instincts and, kind of a little bit of consensual non-consent, a little bit because, of the environment that they're in, especially like with the aliens and stuff, and they're on this planet and he's finding out all this shit. And I was like, ooh. So I wonder how their dynamics are working, and obviously like the mates and everything. Okay. So leave it to Black women to get me together. So that one I'm having a lot more fun with than the other book, because I was like, I might have to take a pause real quick. There go my son acting a damn fool. Hi, Pouchon. Say hi to the cameras. He ain't interested. I don't know what he's doing. I think he's having zoomies right now. Anyways, so as I was saying, so that's an update, a reading update. I'll let you know what it is. And there's like, so in the Taken to Voraxia series, obviously like there's this thing called The Hunt, and that's where the consensual non-consent comes from, because like I think we're gonna go into like, as she's taken away from her planet, I think that's when she's gonna start to realize, okay, there's a lot more corruption going on, because quite frankly, there must be a squirrel or like a bird out there that he's losing his mind over. Anyways, as I was saying, considering that the alien is finding out, like, hold up, what's his name? Borax? The other dude, the other alien? Borax. That's probably not his name. What? Anyways, I'm gonna call him Borax anyways. So I feel like Borax has been fooling the humans, or made a pact with like the higher up humans, because he said that he wanted to make a deal with her to feed her people and everything, to like spare them their lives. But then it's like, wait, there's hints that clearly there's some corruption going on between both sides, between the humans and the who was it? And the other dude, Borax alien. Because why is it the higher ups, who's like the leader and stuff, her granddaughter is the only one who's not allowed to participate in the hunt, but like everybody else has to suffer, all the other women have to suffer? The fuck? Anyways, I'm like, mm-mm. And then like they get to live in these big old houses or like bigger, shelters versus everybody else is like starving and it's like everybody is like, and like when the alien came down, he was like, why are people starving? And why is my mate so damn skinny? She's supposed to have some meat on her bones, because he's not satisfied with the state. And plus, I think for his type of species of aliens, yeah, they're part of the same species per se, but I guess culturally they're different because he doesn't even participate in the hunt as much. He didn't want to participate in the hunt. I was like, oh, but like, yeah, but like it's kind of different. I like the world building, okay, especially like because like her friend is a Muslim girl, because they still have like, I guess it takes place far into the future, and like the environment is very different from Earth. Maybe it's Earth, but like, I'm sorry, maybe it's Earth, but like a more fucked up version of like Earth, where we fuck up our own planet and shit. But then again, they have all these alien creatures on it. So you know what? I'm thinking it's on a different planet where they abandoned Earth because we don't destroy that shit. Because humans always want to destroy shit. And now, hi Kathy, you want to see my other girl? Hi baby girl. Hi. That's my girl. That's my princess. Like I'm starting to recognize the memes and stuff. How like every memes they're like, oh, when it comes for cats, like if you have two cats, you have like the criminal and then you have the princess that could do no wrong. This is my princess right here. This is my princess. Hi, Kate. Hi, baby girl. Meanwhile, the demon spawn is over there. Anyways, oh, thank you so much for grooming me. Hi. That's my princess, for real. Anyways, let me act like I got some sense, okay? So, anyways, I'm really liking the world building of this. I was like, okay, I'm liking this stuff. And you know what, high key, that's probably why I put this book off for so long, because it is a sci-fi romance, I was like, me and sci-fi don't be getting along. Me and sci-fi don't get along at all. So anyways, while my hair is deep conditioning, I'm going to listen to more of it. And I'm going to make that spicy tuna bowl with, the sushi. And well, I wouldn't say sushi. It's like a spicy tuna with rice, the chili and the seaweed that you used to eat with. My local place, first of all, it's sold out on TikTok. Okay. However, I found I already got rice at home, so I don't need the bowls of rice. For the most part, I already got like the crunchy garlic oil, chili oil. Got that. I just needed the tuna and the seaweed for the most part. And I already got my favorite, rice seasoning at home. So that's already half of it. But the place that, I went to, it doesn't have the spicy tuna. So I found another, a hot pepper, sauce that's Korean, that I could use, and it's basically gochujang sauce. I'm sorry if I'm not mispronouncing it, and vinegar, so that way it makes some kind of dipping sauce. So I use that to mix in with the tuna from the same brand, because they do have the non-spicy version and the mayo. Okay, the one in the bag, not in the bottle, but in the bag. That's what you need. I learned that from TikTok. Because apparently the one that's in the bottle is fake as hell. You need the one in the bag. Okay, so that's it, and it's busting. I'm like, I'm not much of a seaweed girl. Now I kind of wish I got in the bigger packs of seaweed, because the ones I got is like the snack sneak seaweed, I kind of wish I got the bigger versions of the seaweed so I could like, just roll it up and just eat it like that. But hey, you live and you learn. So probably with my next paycheck, I'll get it. Anyways, that is it for an update. Let me know what you've been reading, because I'll come back. And this, if you haven't figured out, this is going to be a little spoilery. Okay, I'm going to put like, indications down in the description and in the video. This is the part where things are going to get spoilery. Okay, because so far, I don't think what I said is spoilery at all. Like, because they're still kind of getting used to each other's body and, like, environment. Like, right now, she just arrived to his planet, Voraxia. So, yeah, right now, it's just negotiations, to be honest with you. So, I'm interested to see how this romance develops. And there's 10 books in the series. Fuck it. I might have to binge the series if I like the first book, okay? And so far, with the other friends, I'm also interested in their stories too. Oh my god. And they already found their mates, but they don't know it yet. So I'm like, I'm excited. Okay. Another series to binge read. I still need to go back to, no, not the Capone series, the Chasm series. I have yet to start that, because I promised myself I was going to go back to her previous catalog so I can meet the other families that were mentioned within the Capone and the twin stories. So I'm dreading it, but it's like, you know what? Hopefully, if it's just as good as her recent stuff, it's going to be good. If regardless, I'm going to binge it. Something like hopefully I don't like get bored of it and like, drop it and then just continue, because I'm going to continue reading the other series. But hopefully I have fun with going into the Bronx or like, Brownsville. Do I want to read the Brownsville bully I'm not too sure about the Bronzeville bully. I'll see. I'll see. If it was mentioned, I'll think about it. Anyways, that's so far my plans-ish. Oh, and Angel Shaw. Angel H. Shaw. I'm reading her newest duology. Apparently, it's not really paranormal like I originally thought. It's kind of, well, maybe it does have some paranormal elements, but it's mostly inspired by African mythology. So that was my mistake. Anyways, goodbye for now. I'm back with an update. I slept in my deep conditioner for like 4 hours. Hold up, pause. But my hair feels good. It feels bonita. I put in the Dukes. Child, I'm gonna just let it sit. It's still wet because I put my bonnet over it. And high key, I kind of want to do waves, but I don't know. Maybe next time if I decide to cut my hair again. I feel like it's too late for me to do that right now. And plus, I like braids. Like, how do you go about it as a starter? I don't know. I'm new to this short hair thing. Hadn't been this bald since I was a baby. But quick update about you know, the book posted right here. Baby, I'm like excited. Like, okay, so a few developments. He finally took care of Baraku. That's his name. I called him Borax. And I should have known it's Baraku because, you know, it kind of sounds like Naraku. You know, if you watch Inuyasha before. I was like, how could I forget his name? It sounds so familiar. It's Baraku. But, like, he got reduced to his slave name before. He was stripped of his titles because he... Bruh. One thing about my alien man, he was pissed. He was pissed off. But there's other planets, I should say, that I saw mentioned here. And those are actually part of other stuff. But I think... Okay, I think one of them definitely follows one of the friends. And I don't know about the third book, though. I hope the third book follows the other friend. You know, Saviv? She's the one with her job. So I hope her book also comes up. I hope each of the three ladies that... Obviously, we're on the first book, right? But the other two ladies that we were introduced to, I hope they get their own, you know, book. You know? That's my hope. So they can get their happily ever after. Because that's what I want. Okay? Especially that one alien who was not interested in humans and not interested in other people. I mean, not interested in other aliens at all like that. He's just strictly warrior. I hope he gets his happy ending too. Shit. Anyways, what else? Oh, yeah, so he got stripped of his title. Okay, homeboy wanted to rip his throat out like, you motherfucker. And he tricked him into like admitting some stuff. And I was like, And you know what? I'm slowly catching on to like this world building. I like how we were introduced to the world and how beautiful it is. To be honest with you, my only point of reference is Avatar. Not Avatar, The Last Airbender. Avatar with the blue aliens. I never bothered to watch the other movies because I hated the first movie, to be honest with you. But, like, I'm guessing with the big old tree trunks and everything else, like, it kind of reminds, like, maybe because that's my only point of reference for my imagination that I'm thinking about that, plus the sand. Okay? Because I don't watch that much sci-fi, to be honest with you. So I'm only, like, referring back to, like, past movies where it's, like, similar to, like, the landscape that she's describing, but I'm liking it. And I wish, you know what? I do be skipping like to the first chapter, especially like with Speechify and stuff. That's how I get things quickly. But let me tell you something. I'm not that into, how can I say? It's not that I'm into. I'm not, I lost my train of thought. But I'm at the part where they're at the ceremony. But before we reach the ceremony, right? He goes to talk to her like, yo, like be honest here, like, cause he obviously like he's like obviously she's using her body to try to get things for her friend, make sure that they're safe and stuff for her people and stuff. And like he's horrified finding out the real truth from her directly because he didn't know what was going on. So I'm guessing he's like the king of their species because he mentioned that he I guess killed his father or his sire. Okay, and at first like you know apparently children are rare. In this is quickly becoming an unboxing. I think you might know who it is, especially if you're on my other channel. You know exactly who the fuck this is. Okay, so anyways, before I unbox it on camera for y'all for the BookTube channel, but like. So, like, and then we got introduced, well, not we, but the character got introduced to the mom because she was asking for help to, like, you know, translate and stuff and, you know, really try to take things seriously. Like, okay, I feel like I hurt his feelings. But, like, she wasn't lying, though. That's her experience. Y'all are colonizers. Alien colonizers, okay? And granted, I feel like it was just the action of one alien who's been doing this. And I don't know what their lifespan is, to be honest with you. I don't know how. And, you know, we're finding out about their diets and, like, you know, how, like, she eats 3 times a day. Now she lies saying like she eats 3 times a day because really like they weren't really eating. I feel like them humans made a fucked up deal with Baraku and just got selfish and like kept all the food to themselves, like capitalists. Like how can I say, like a dictatorship. But like, yeah, it was crazy. So then like, even like how he discovered, the planet, because he was like kind of looking over, the expense and like money, where the money going, where the money at, follow the money trail, and he was like, what's up with this planet? And that's how he found out about their planet and the hunt and like Baraku hiding the shit. I was like, hold up now. How long you been doing this under the nose? Apparently it's 5 moon cycles. I don't know what or 5 cycles. I don't know, 5, whatever time this is. I'm guessing, no, not 5 years. Maybe 50, maybe each cycle represents 10 years. So maybe 50 years. Because her mother was one of the first ones. And there was 5 of them, the original one, but like only 2 of the hybrids survived. Because apparently the babies, they don't be surviving. Same with the mothers, because it's a very like hard, it's a very hard process, going through that shit. Especially giving birth to an alien. I don't know how big they are. Are they 7 foot tall? I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't paying attention. If they are 7 foot tall, I'm like, yeah, kill me now. Matter of fact, abort the baby. Abort the baby. Especially if it, was conceived in that way. Abort. I'm sorry, abort. But like, yeah, not that many survived. And like, she's shocked that he's shocked about it. And then like when they told the other, like his advisor or like whoever the medical advisor was at there, she was just that shocked. Like she was pissed. I was like, what? Well, at first, I'm not gonna lie, I misinterpreted it as like, what? Y'all don't like abortion stuff? But apparently it was like, no, it's like the children are viable, and also like the fact that it was done without their consent and all this other stuff, because it's supposed to be some kind of sacred shit. They're pissed off, like, yo, he's been violating the shit. And like Baraku, his plan, the way he tried to convince and save his own skin was like, oh, the other planet, I forgot who they mentioned, child. Like the humans, they breed so well. What if we could like, sell them to the high? And I was like, hell no. And like he was getting angry and angrier inside, but he's hiding his because apparently their emotions show up on their skin with color. So I was like, yo, he's trying to keep his body blank. And I was like, I'm gonna turn black. The only hint was a black color on his eyebrow. Like, bitch, I'm gonna kill you. And then Barack was like, you tricked me. Tricked you? You the one who... Anyways, I can't stand Baraku. I wish he would have ripped his throat then, but you know what? He's now the king of the species, so he's like, I gotta stay poised, because he's trying to be different from his father. Apparently his father was a tyrant or some shit. I don't know. Whoever his last sire was, yeah. And like, it's so cool, like trying to see like how different species try to communicate, because like she's like, they're my friends, and he misinterprets like, oh, like like a lover or something like that, but she's like, no, like a friend is different from a lover, from a family, from kin. You could say that they're like him, but they're like, no, like it's different. Like you tell your secrets to and everything. And I'm not gonna lie, I tried like, who tortured you to tell your secrets to? No, you do it voluntarily. So it's like, yeah, because I was like, are they sisters? Because like with how close they are, I thought that they were sisters, especially with her and Kiki. I thought that, but then considering that they're both female, I was like, oh, never mind. Because at first I thought that they were at least half sisters. Because on the planet, I was like, wait. So almost every woman participates in the hunt, even if they're married. Because I was like, wait, so how is it? Anyways, the world building is really cool. I actually like it. I'm gonna give it like a 5 or 5 for world building, But like, yeah, girl. And we're at the wedding ceremony now, because she's like, oh snap, his feelings. She's learning the language, spoken his tongue without the translator, and participating in, I guess, their version of a marriage ceremony, although he don't know what marriage is. And I was like, oh. And like, it's sweet. And like, everybody is making it for the most part. She's like, oh my God, like, it's different from, it's like learning something cultural. You're not going outside, sir. I'm sorry. My cat wants to go outside. And I was like, sir, you're not doing that. You're not going outside today. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe. That's a huge maybe. Probably not. In like 2 days. I prefer to like let him out when I'm off, at least home. Like, yeah, I'm home now, but I prefer it when I'm on an off day. So that way, like I could catch him. Because he be devious sometimes outside too. The crazy criminal. Anyways, that's where I'm at now. I'm really enjoying it. I don't know how far I'm at. But best believe I probably will finish this by today. If not now, because I got it on double speed, then probably later at work. Because, yeah, girl. Anyways, did you guess what palettes I got? Danessa! Listen, if you know, I'm obsessed with Danessa Myricks. Okay, I am. Like I am a Danessa Myricks holic. So she got her new Lightwork Volume 7 palette. And it's more the neutral, but it's like a nice companion to the previous palette. I did not get the previous palette. Number one, because I was broke. I'm still broke now, but still I was like really, really broke back then. And plus that palette I feel like was more expensive than this, because it's nothing but like multi-chromes in that palette. Okay, I'll post a picture here if if you're into makeup and stuff. And plus, like if you've seen my like makeup channel, I got mad multi-chrome. So in my head I was like, I can dupe that. And I'm pretty sure I can dupe the palette. And I'm almost positive that I could dupe this. But besides the Groundswork palette, that's the only palette I own from Miss Danessa. Everything else is complexion. I was like, I want to grow my Danessa Myricks inventory. Inventory. Okay. So yes, we got the Lightwork Freedom palette. Baby, I feel like this is like your intro to like neutrals. Okay. Like, I mean, to like the world of color, especially if you're like, you know, not into you know, especially if you're really not all that into, how can I say, like colorful looks, editorial looks. I feel like this is a nice medium for the everyday girly, and the you know, I feel like this is my version, especially if you're a really colorful girl. This is our version of a neutral with a pop of color. This is definitely it. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm back. First of all, I took off my nails. This side grows because it's my non-dominant hand, so I don't use it as much, so it's less breakage. But this one, and I don't know what it is about this pinky. I feel like this one is mad sensitive. Maybe I over-drilled this pinky, because even when I was taking off that jello, especially if you're into nails and stuff, it's a peel-off base coat, and it's really popular in Korea. Now popular here. You just apply the oil that comes with, I think it's called the kill shot, and you just like take your wooden stick, just a little tiny bit, try to pry, and then like boom, take it off. Now some people have success. I had success with that, but there's this other peel-off base coat that I don't have no success at all. At this point, it might as well be a regular base that's really strong as hell, because to base coat wear, I mean, on peel off wear, it's also a Korean brand, but I'm like, does it come with, do I need to buy an oil with it? I didn't see it on the website. Like, I have several websites I like to buy from. Anyways. Okay. You see my girl. Okay, so I got the pastel version of the Freedom palette. And first of all, the Nessa, look at this. Sorry, I got interrupted by my father, but you can still hear him in the background. Anyways, like when you look at the colors and you look at previous palettes from Vanessa, especially like these recent ones that come in this package, they're complementary to each other. Deadass. Like I was like, for this pastel one. So I was like, Anyways, everything is like magnetic, and they come with the patches. So if you want to travel with it, you can. Oh my goodness, not me talking about makeup on my stuff. Child. And clearly, it's a strong one, because dear God. And it's stackable. And so everything is magnetic. This part, and both of them comes with mirrors. So the lid is a mirror. Okay. Also magnetic, because when you take it off, okay, the individual stuff is magnetic. And you know, on the back of this one, it has the names. I wonder if, where's my magnet? I wonder if the individual stuff has its stuff. Obviously, I feel like this middle palette is going to be my favorite. Because, yeah, I'm into cool tones, but not as much as this, you know? I probably would have changed certain things out, but that's just my humble opinion. But, like, if you own the other palette, the previous palette before this one, you'll notice that these actually go well with the other palettes. Like, you have the greens and, you know, the coppers from the last palette. Then you got the purples and certain pinks and stuff that would go well with this column. And then you got the blues, certain greens. I don't know. Like the cool tone stuff that would match. So I feel like these and the other ones are complementary. You could mix and match, because, baby, matter of fact, let me see. Oh, it does have the name on the back. Perfect. So you can mix it, as you can see, mix it around. Here comes my cat to ruin things. Hello, Poochon. You're in the way, sir. You're in the way. Get out. Get your balls out. Thank you. Anyways, you see what I mean? Rude as hell. Anyways, I don't think I can do this like, but as you can see, magnet here, and you can take it out and stack them on each other. Stackable, and then boom, take it to your patch, and it's going to fit in. So instead of you carrying this on your luggage, you could just boop, or right here. You didn't have to buy the patch separately. And hold on, let me be careful. And on top of that, just like how you can take the palettes out, boom, boom, the entire thing is magnetic. So you could take it out individually and just plop it in there. Danessa, the woman that you are, shout out to Black-owned companies. Like, bro, it's a penny penny, and I know that we're boycotting, but just because Sephora also has a sale, I think these companies, like, here's the thing. When it comes for the Sephora sale, because, you know, I feel like if you're a makeup girl, you definitely saw the Sephora, why are you trying to eat everything, sir? He's trying to eat the lid. You would know by now that we all saw the Mariah Carey fiasco, and a lot of people are boycotting. That's fine too. But I would say, as a makeup girly for the past few years, and I'm not gonna lie, who did go to Sephora for convenience, but if you do still want to buy part of the sale, I would say go check this sites directly, because yes, you have the different levels of sales. Especially, I'm a Rouge member, if you couldn't tell, child. Anyways, but sometimes, a lot of times, more often than not, around the same time as the Sephora sale that goes on, the websites, like certain brands in Sephora, they also have the same sale, if not greater discounts on their personal website, especially around the holiday season. High key, I would say certain sites maybe save for your coins, because like personally, I'm an indie girly. I prefer indie brands and all that other stuff. So when it comes for Sephora, I mostly go for complexion, to be honest with you. Like complexion products, and even then it's mostly indie. Like for example, Vanessa Mark, she's independently owned, so of course she has her team and stuff with her, but like, you know, like I'm mostly an indie girly. Like even when it comes for like most of my blushes I own now are from Vanessa Marks and other brands that you cannot get in store. Like that's the majority of my blushes, high key. Same with eyeshadow palettes, baby. I am an indie girly to the day I die. Like the majority of my palettes are from indie brands. There are actually quite a few affordable ones, you know, like for example, I know there's one called Nomad Cosmetics. They have very interesting palettes, very interesting concepts. Like they like to travel a lot, because and each place that they go to, they make a palette based on the location, and some of the proceeds that they get from it goes to a charity that's related to the location. But bruh, especially like the last Halloween palette that they have based on Salem, it is like and I'm not gonna lie, I might have to cave in and buy some of the palettes because it's really good, but I'm not interested in them right now. So far I hadn't found a perfect palette that speaks to me, speaks to myself. But they already announced a Christmas palette, you know, and also like I'm mostly and also individual like single eyeshadows. Like a lot of these indie brands, they have a lot of good sales, like especially Cleona, like especially around the anniversary date. If you follow these palettes, I mean these brands, they have some anniversary sales. Like for example, the Shine by Essie Cosmetics, I got like 3 bundles, 3 bundles. That's part of their anniversary sale. That was all month long of August, all month long, and it was steep discounts coming from a Canada shipper because she lives in Canada. Same with Cleona. I think maybe once a week. No, not once a week. 1 week out of the entire year during their anniversary week, big old discounts, and they make sure to restock everything. They got nail polish too. I'm more of a gel polish girly, duh, but nah, like their palettes, like oh my god, and like, you know, if you want to try Cleona, starts with like their palettes, I would say, so that we can dip your toe into like, because it's also magnetic too. So you can like mess with the iridescent shades and like see how the formula is like, you know. So I suggest starting with their palettes. Terra Moon Cosmetics, they don't have that much palettes, but they recently had one palette that sold out over and over again because their quality is that good, and apparently that's the last one until the next time that they decide to make a palette. But they do have certain bundles with their mattes and shimmers. Sometimes it's all shimmer bundles that they come out. Like recently they announced one for this upcoming holiday. I'm gonna save my coins for that too, and hopefully it remains on the site. Because one thing, after a while for Terra Moon Cosmetics, after a while some of their bundles won't show up on their site because it just goes into their lexicon of catalog of because they mostly sell individual eyeshadows. So it's only so long that they're going to carry the bundles, you know, like they're going to carry the bundles forever now. So that's what I noticed with Harem. And I'm so sorry to interrupt. I know this is a bookish channel, but still, for the girls who are, like I said, more into natural makeup with a pop of color, I must say these indie brands be listening to their customers, because lately a lot of people have been into spicy neutrals. Okay, spicy neutrals with like basically neutrals with a twist, you know, and it's like a step above neutral with a pop of color. That's the best way I can describe, you know, a spicy neutral, especially when it comes for the multi-chrome stuff. But if you look at most of these indie brands lately, this year, I would say this year alone, has been, I've seen a lot of spicy neutral adjacent palettes from these brands, and it's good quality. And yeah, just look into some indie brands. If you're tired of the mainstream and like their bullshit, don't get me wrong, indie brands come with their own bullshit. Okay, just go on Reddit for that. Cosmetics, but yeah, like there's so many people who does that. Like there's so many sales around this holiday. I know, but people are protesting, especially when it comes for these major corporations. I don't think I'll be participating in the Sephora sale. I almost did because I wanted to get this, but was it discounted on TikTok? I don't think it was discounted on TikTok. So I just knew that I either shop directly from Vanessa Marix if I need a refill or something, because it's just the points I want to save up so I can get the gift card from Sephora, if I had to be honest. But I'm telling you this right now, what I want is for Danessa to come to Ulta. Once Danessa Marix goes to Ulta, it's over for you, bitches. It's over. You won't see me in Sephora. And you barely, shoot, even when it comes for certain perfumes, there's some perfumes where, like, for example, there's this one perfume called By the Fireplace by Replica. Bro, like, yeah, sure, I could use the gift card, but even then, the gift card is like only available once a week at a certain time. And I'm like, girl, I'm tired. I'm asleep at that time. The fuck? Just to get it. And even then, it's like, at certain part of the year, you could get like a 30% off on the Replica website. Plus, you know, shipping, whatever. But like, shoot, it's cheaper than that than shopping at Sephora. So like I said, you do you. I'm flabbergasted. Oh, and you know what? I kind of want to see, and even when it comes for this, the pastels, high key, the pastels can also correspond with this. Hold up. You see what I mean? Hold up. The browns, the pinks and purples, the cool tones. Everything corresponds together, especially if you have all of them. Bruh. She just eats the game. Of course, bam, stackable. And also has the names on it too. Anyways, that's besides the point. That's my little tech talk. Oh, speaking of hauls. So besides on TikTok shop, recently, obviously I'm running low on coffee. So far, this is the one that I've been consuming. I didn't think that we had coffee until I found this in the corner. This is cool and all, but I recently bought this. This has been all over my timeline. I feel like if you are into foodie and into coffee, recipes, you've definitely seen this all over your timeline. And I was like, fuck it. Why not try it? And it tastes good. I tried it with, hold on. I got this big old jug a few months ago. It's about to expire soon. So I'm trying to finish it up. I got the caramel and the vanilla version because those are my main choices. It's either mix it both, and probably will get like smaller versions of other flavors that I want to mix in. But like, they're good. And plus I found the replacement for that because I was like, girl, at least stick with this, because then you could at least buy keep the pumps and replace the bottles. But yeah, girl, it tastes good. It tastes good. But like, when it's over, because I got this at my local Asian supermarket, because they have other colors, but I've seen this on my timeline the most. Tastes good. It's very strong. You will go to the bathroom. My God, today. You will be going to the bathroom. And I wonder how this one tastes. But this one was made for the espresso maker. But you know what? I feel like my ninja is going to be good with it too. So it is what it is. Anyways, I'll let you know how I feel about it. And judging how I feel about like the book, going back to the book, I think I should start making palettes based around books that I like, because I'm really, really liking this book and the book cover. Shoot, the book cover is really interesting to me. So I might as well create like a small palette, maybe a 9-pan that's based on the book cover, and just post it on my Instagram and stuff and make a few looks here and there, if I have that energy for it. Because like, I don't know, this book is making me feel inspired, child. I have to add some of the orange. What is the orange associated with when it comes to their feelings? Because, their feelings are kind of expressed on their bodies with like color. So I don't know. At this point, I need to highlight some of the colors that was mentioned in the book. And yeah, that's it for my little update. Okay. Hey y'all. Okay. I'm inside the car. Let me tell you something. I love this book. Yo, first of all, the political intrigue in this, I'm liking, and learning from it's terrifying. Damn near primal. But I'm liking learning about like the different struggles of the different alien races and all that other stuff. Baby, this is good. This is real good. I'm not holding off on reading the second book so I can read the other shit on my stuff. The patience, girl, because like the next one definitely is with Kiki, the warrior princess, in my humble opinion. Anyways, like, I'm excited. And on top of that, since then I applied to wait literally a few minutes ago. Let me tell you something. Like, definitely, how many stars would I give this actually? Maybe I'll give it, fuck it, 5 stars to me. The fact that you kept me interested in this sci-fi, I was like, okay. And it's not no demon or anything like that. Or like, depending on who you talk to. Shit. But like, I'm like really invested. And then like with the whole pirate situation, we'll definitely be seeing the pirates again. I feel like we'll get the pirates after the 3rd book, because we are visiting all these other places and stuff, taken to, different locations. You know what? I need to check my Kindle to see if she has a map because I need to keep up on locations. I'm like, where in the galaxies is this? Where in the galaxies is this? And like, and then we still hadn't dealt with that fucking Baraku, because technically in their world, they don't keep criminals in like a prisoner or something like that, like the humans would. So technically he's out and about. And that's how the pirate found out about like the human species and trying to breed with the humans and everything else. And like, child, I was like, oh no, not you declaring war on motherfuckers. I'm like, anyways, we found out that something really important, and I'm really happy for this alien couple. And yeah, I'm actually excited about what's to come. So definitely 5 stars. I'm not gonna spoil any more because I feel like you need to read it to find out the good shit. So yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna read something else and I'll let you know. Hey you guys, so let me give y'all an update. So we start off with the book Damage. The book is about Gabrielle Jackson and in the first book, I should say, because technically this is a reverse harem, or like white Jews romance. I forgot, I think, when did the third guy got introduced? I think if I'm recalling my memories, because I read this book back in 2001, back when I was in the slumber child. But like, yeah, this was, I think the third guy may be introduced towards the end of book 2, leading into book 4. Book 3, because we see more of him. I remember seeing more of the other dude, like the Irish guy. I remember he was Irish. I forgot his name, Michael or something. Either way, in book 3, right? So this is the first book. The premise of the first book is you have Gabrielle. She is a doctor. She got wealth. She got money. She's engaged to Damien, who is a renowned artist, you know, that's real popular, you know, the upper echelons elites. But then she receives a call that Steve Robinson, or Steve, whatever his last name is, Steve, you know, the boy's father, has died. And since her father died when she was a toddler, like, this dude has been like a father figure in her life. So she got to go back home to Pennsylvania, because she lives in LA, and deal with, you know, and help, you know, with the funeral and stuff, you know, be more support. And, you know, old feelings are starting to dig back up, you know, because, you know, they grew up together. Now the brothers, Charlie and Chris, let me get into that later. They have, now that she's back in town, it's like, oh, their old feelings are coming back, because she hasn't been back for like 8 years or something. But basically, your homegirl is, ooh, I like what they did. Good for him. Good for him. Anyways, like I said, what was it? Basically, the brothers, they've been in love with her since they were like it grew over time. But like, yeah, they're in love with her. Like, and of course they were hurt. Like, I feel like, who was it? Either Charlie or Chris, one of them, is like bitter, and like not bitter in the sense like he's more of a hard ass, you know. And reason why that is because like he's trying to keep his feelings away from her, and like, you know, like grr. And also, what else? And meanwhile, the older brother, I forgot, it's either Charlie is the older brother or Chris. Either way, he's more opening, but like he's also trying to keep his self, like his heart, you know, away, you know, because it's like, yo, I like, she'll be leaving soon, so we just gotta run and bear it. And plus, with her father being dead, apparently their family business, I feel like, okay, well, we'll get into the family business a bit later if my memories recall. So they're like, yo, they're hiding a secret from her, and like things are gonna happen in the book where it's like, what are my childhood friends hiding from me? So yeah, everybody and their mama came for the funeral. Okay, now hold on, what was it? Is it here? No, I was about to go into New Jersey. The fuck? Oh, girl, that was scary. Anyways, I almost took the wrong turn, baby. Anyways, where was I? So that's the premise of the book. This is where I get into spoilers. Okay, so it's giving. Okay, I was right. I was like, why did I? It's giving wife hat, but you know what? Sometimes, like with the holiday seasons, I want something light. You know, I want something light, and like, don't get me wrong, the subject matter is heavy, because if I recall, Damien got caught cheating because when she was calling, because like obviously he's abusive, because like she's acting scared when like nervous like about like this, because she was supposed to return home to LA to attend this gala event in front of his rich friends, and you know, for appearances and shit. But it's like she was nervous, you know, and I do remember him stalking her. Hold on. Anyways, where was I? So clearly he's abusive, and I do recall him stalking her later on in, like, I don't know if it's this book or like the next few books. Either way, I know that he gets dealt with though. So there's that. That's based on my memories, and also my memory, because, you know, don't get me wrong, because like, so like she's a bit of a nerd, you know, into Marvel, Storm, you know, DC comic books. In fact, like, she got introduced by Steve, her father figure, and all this other stuff to like comic books because they're nerdy and stuff. And one thing about the Richardsons, that's their names, right? They're the boys, right? They're rich, But the family business, I don't know what it is. Like, the best thing I can think of it is like some kind of secret society that is Avengers coded, because even the brothers, I think one is blonde, one is a brunette, a dark brown brunette. The way that they like it's like, I remember reading this for the first time back then, and I remember, and I looked at my notes, I was like, this nigga Captain America? and you know, I went back to like, you know, watch certain movies, so for the Marvel universe, and I was like, oh, so the other brother must be Bucky. Because it's given, you know, like the family business is given coded. And I remember their cousin Arthur, right? And I was like, wait a minute. Their cousin Arthur must be the techie guy. I don't know who he reminds me of, but I'm sure this is a superhero who he reminds me of, since he's like the techie-ness. And then they have another cousin named Natasha. It's given Black Widow, like, because she's and here's the thing, Arthur and Natalie, they're from England, and apparently during the funeral, I couldn't read too much of the funeral scene because it's coming to that time of year. I'm reminded of last year. Don't want to get into it. So like, even when it came for the condolences, cool. But I did get to the part where the uncle, hold on. Anyways, y'all, let me go pick up my father. So where was I? So, but I did get to the part where like one of their uncles who, you know, the brothers can't stand each other. I think he's the eldest, right? He was like, in his speech, like, oh, Steve was a man of his word. Like, you know, a lot of dog whistles to the brothers, and like Gabrielle's noticing like, why are the brothers tense? And it's like, you know, he always had duty and honor and all this other shit, and like, you know, and I was like, and like, you know, and then the other brother, he ain't feeling like, you asshole. I was like, damn. So they apparently have family around the world when it comes to this business, i.e. I feel like it's some kind of secret society that is Avengers assemble type of shit. Because I remember, because one of the brothers has a huge temper, and like, wait a minute, now that I think about it, like, now that I'm kind of like, because back in 2001, I'm not going to lie, I skipped the Captain American movies, and I still ain't watched the Captain American movies. I just went on YouTube and had niggas spoiling it for me. So when I watch the spoilers and I see, you know, and also like I seen other movies with Buckeye in it, you know, where he's, you know, going, you know, ape shit, and I was like, so the brother definitely is Buckeye, because I remember back then I was like, what the fuck is wrong with this brother? What is going on in this universe? Are they mutants? Like, what's going on? Is that the secret? I was like, why is the brother like having some unnatural strength? But it's a lot. That's all I gotta say, because he's a little bit of not like Hulk, but basically a little bit of road rage. Not like road rage, but like, you know, like on the steroids type of road rage, you know, like when he's beating niggas up. And like, I shouldn't say that because he's a white man, but still, you know what the fuck I mean? I was like, what the fuck is going on? Why is he's not going full on Hulk, but like, I was like, he reminds me of somebody. I was like, Buckeye, duh, when he was going ape shit on everybody. I was like, So he's Captain America and he's Buckeye. Let me tell you something. I don't find, maybe that's why I gravitated towards, you know, the other brother who was kind of going, who was like aloof, you know, because the other dude, don't get me wrong, who was more Captain America coded, I don't like him. Maybe because back then I immediately thought Captain America and I was like, ugh, unattractive. No shade, no tea. I'm not attracted to Captain America. Never will be. I'm sorry. No. With that being said though, I see why people are losing their minds. Anyways, it's definitely giving Webpack coded, but you know what? That's cool. Cause like I said, I want something a little loose. And then with, what was it? So yeah, they're taking out certain gangs and stuff. So it was like, yeah. And obviously I'm at the part where like she breaks up with a fiance over the phone and all this other stuff, and he's threatening her over the phone. She ain't tell nobody. She just told that he cheated, and that's why they're not together. Because it wasn't until that very last minute when they were trying to play charades, and because she has a brother, right, and the brother has a girlfriend, and someone accidentally stepped on the ring, and it's an engagement ring that she had, and people was like, oh my god, you're gonna propose to the brother. The brother's like, no, that's not my ring. I was like, and then she's like, yeah, I'm the one who's married. And then I was like, you ain't telling your mama or anything like that. But you know what, with her situation, I see why she ain't told nobody, because she was either nervous and scared and whatever, you know, choosing self-dignity. You know, I was like, girl, get out. Anyways, but yeah, girl, so we're gonna see their stuff blossom. She's drunk right now, so they're going over to the brother's house so that way she can recover, because right now she's like, you know how people, like, I don't care what nobody says, alcohol is a true serum, okay? Alcohol is a true serum, so she is letting everything out, child. A little bit of everything out. Like, she's being real sexually flirty with the brothers. The brothers are trying to contain themselves, like, no, we can't do this. Like, you my child friend. Even though they want to, but they're not going to do it. But, like, you know, she's been crying. She's like, honey, her emotions are all over the place, you know? She's still grieving over Steve, her pseudo father. Understandable. And then, yeah. So, wait. Hold the fuck up. If the brothers are Captain America and Buckeye coded, who's the other guy coded as? Is it a DC character or a Marvel character? You know what? Since this is given Marvel Universe type of shit or DC Universe type of shit, I'm gonna lean more towards Marvel because like how much the characters remind me of Marvel characters. Like even like with the female cousin, it's given Black Widow. Is she even a redhead? Let me go back. I need to go back to find out if homegirl is a redhead. Anyways, all I gotta say is what was it? Whoever the other dude is, I need to find out like who he reminds me of. I'll let y'all know in a bit. Well, when we meet him. I don't think we'll meet him in this book either. So there's that. Hey y'all. Let me give you an update. I'm pretty sure I'm past 70%. Girl, a lot has happened. Let's see. I'm trying to remember. Spoiler alert. My eyes look good. Anyways, child, first of all, I'm thinking that these niggas are the Mafia mixed with Avengers type of shit. Because what? I still remember that one fight scene. I don't know when it's coming up. I don't know what book it's gonna come up in, but it's coming. And Damien, of course, I forgot all about it, bro. I thought that, see, my memory's so fucked up. I thought that whole time Damien done kidnapped Gabby when she said, no, the marriage is over. I mean, the wedding is off, whatever, you know, because they're engaged, right? And because, nigga, he showed up in PA. I was like, nigga, what are you doing all the way out here like a stalker, weirdo? And turns out, like, he had business in PA as well. We'll find out what his business is soon enough. Same with, in LA. I was like, oh my God, what's he doing out here? Like, what is going on? And then he went to go get Gabby, like, come with me. He manages to convince the old girl, right, to come with him. Turns out he was abusive, of course, duh. And basically, you know, they're trying to figure out, like, hey, what's going on? Why are you so stuck up on this guy? You know, we're friends. Like, we need to figure it out. Turns out, back in college, you know, she lost her scholarship, I guess, when they got rid of some kind of thing with Obamacare and stuff. Not Obamacare, but something that Obama did. They got rid of it at the time. And she was like, yo, what am I going to do? So many people lost their scholarships, including her. But like, she still needs to pay these dang on tuition shit. So, because she used to be a ballerina, you know, that's the one dances that she, you know, still looked up to this day. Her roommate was like, yo, like, I know you're a ballerina and stuff, but why not be a stripper? Literally a midnight ballerina. I was like, no, I don't know. And like, she got the body for it. Shoot, you might as well. So turns out she was really good. And I know. And then she's like, yo, so they gave me the nickname Ebony. Everybody wrote their eyes, including the white people. Like, yeah, I know. It's boring as hell. But like, listen, it is what the hell it is. Next thing you know, I'm getting clients here and there and everybody wants to see me. But there's one guy, you know, because he admits it to like Arthur and like Chris and Charlie and stuff. By that time, I'm gonna let you know right now, who was it? Her and Chris had sex already by this point, you know. And here comes Damien coming back into the picture. I'm like, oh my God. And Chris ain't tell Charlie that yet. But anyways, he was like, oh my God. So like, they're like to get like, either way, there's this one client who really wants to see her. Great flag, right? And she was like, oh my gosh, like, I didn't know what to do. Like, this person is offering me so much money, like 12 mil, right? I was like, what? For a lap dance? Now, obviously, I'm not naive. 12 mil for a lap dance, he obviously wants more, right? She didn't know that. She was like, okay, fine. But things get crazy. He rapes her. Sorry. Should I turn this on? Nah, I don't want to draw attention to me. But, like, I'm almost home anyways. But, like, yo, he rapes a girl, and she fights back. But next thing you know, and, like, she's like, oh my God, I don't know what to do and everything. Turns out she murdered the client, right? And here comes Damien, right? Out of nowhere. Because apparently, she thought in her head that that was a stalker, right? The dude who wanted to pay 12 mil. Because somehow he got pictures of her in college while she was in the dorm room and everything, and naked and all that other stuff. And I'm like, nah. That definitely seems like Damien was the one who set this up from the very beginning. And sure enough, I was correct. He showed up, you know, helped make the body disappear. She never asked any questions. And they've been together ever since. But obviously, you know, Chris and them, they do some more digging. They couldn't find anything on his background, but it turns out he has like a lot of, you know, questionable clients, Damien. And maybe Arthur did his little hacking job. I was like, yo, like this man, he got more stuff on Gab. I feel like he's the one who set up the whole thing. And the way that Damien be talking about Gabrielle, like some kind of property, like some kind of prized possession, it's crazy. But they got rid of him. Is he dead? No, I think he got ran off. I don't recall him being dead now. But apparently, this thing stirred up a lot of bullshit because, as it turns out, so, oh yeah, and another thing, side note, before all of this happened, right, Charlie, who was it, Charlie or Chris? One of them, he has this operation that's also Mafia X, and he was like, yo, some kind of shipment came in, right? But he noticed that there was a teddy bear, and I was like, yo, what the fuck I told you about involving children? I was like, so y'all trafficking and shit? Turns out, I think they don't traffic people, but they traffic weapons and shit. But I guessing someone wanted to get more money and thought like, oh, let me traffic this one kid. Maybe nobody would notice, but like the teddy bear was there. And Charlie, he's big mad. He don't kill these motherfuckers. I was like, yo. So now we hope to find the kid. Hopefully we find this kid. I feel like we end up finding the kid one way or another. I don't know. Child, we're going to find it out. We're going to find out. Either way, wait, I feel like my memory's coming back a little bit. I feel like somehow the kid ends up being found by Gabby. She takes care of the kid, and then Charlie recognizes, wait, that's the missing kid. And I was like, and then that's when somehow, some way, she ends up in the bullshit that Todd set up. What? That's how she finds out, like, oh, so y'all into this bullshit? Because, like, apparently, you know, who is it? Chris is doing real good on the United States in front, you know, but the enemies are the DuPonts or something. Whatever. It starts with a B. I'm gonna call them DuPont. But wait, that's Damien's last name, I think. Child, I don't know. Just know it starts with a B. Butex? I don't know. Whoever the enemy is, they're on his head, and apparently Damien, the reason why he was in Philly in the first place was because he was making mad money for the enemy. And he was their top, you know, he works for their family. And I was like, holy shit. So that's why they was like, yo, we don't involve women in like romantic relationships. Why did I take this off? I should put this back on, since I'm going to be washing off my face anyways. So like, anyways, I was like, what? And it's a lot, y'all. But either way, one thing for sure, two things for certain. I'm facing whiplash with this book already, because now we got introduced to Michael. Michael is a redheaded Irish dude, and I remember back then thinking, is he working with the other family? Because what's his last name? It just says Bo as his last name, but like, what's his full last name? Like, I feel like that's like a cover up. And like, already it's so intense. You know, like by this point, her and Gabby already said goodbye to Chris, because Chris is going to Japan to expand, you know, to help with, you know, the family business, which isn't, you know, it's not the Avengers, but it's like, I'm thinking, you know, anti-villain Avengers. That's what I'm going to call them. I'm going to call their business the anti-villain Avengers, because that's how it feels like. That's how it feels like. And I forgot to mention, they have a dog, a family dog that's been there forever. Baby, the dog's name is Thor. Is this not the Avengers? Who the fuck is Arthur? Who the fuck is Arthur supposed to be? Because already, Natalie definitely is giving Black Widow vibes. Definitely Black Widow vibes. And then, what about, so wait, does that mean the uncles? Who's that one-eyed man that Samuel Jackson be playing? I don't know. Basically, child, Chris is supposed to be the new heir, but it's like, wait, the uncle is still alive. Aren't you supposed to take over? Especially the Uncle Eric that nobody seems to like as much. I was like, yo, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to break things up with Gabby. Like, you're letting your feelings get in the way. And, you know, apparently bad things be happening to the family, child, because, I mean, to the wives of this family. As a matter of fact, oh, and I forgot to mention as to why, you know, she was so emotional about Mr. Steve. Never mind the fact that Mr. Steve is practically her damn daddy. You know, not by DNA, but in spirit, because he treated her like his own ever since her father died when she was a toddler, right? So that's like, Papa Steve is like literally the only father figure she had. Apparently, Papa Steve came up to LA to like, yo, what's going on? Like, your mother's worried about you, because she's been so recluse to herself after, you know, that whole thing happened. Like, shit, what's going on? And like, mentally he knew, like, okay, something's not right. Something's not right. Oh, was it the last time that she was in PA, or was it? I think she went to visit the family for Thanksgiving or something. But like, basically, Papa Steve was like, nah, something's wrong with my daughter. Let me check on my daughter real quick. And they got into a whole argument. Like, she was like, yo, stay out of my business. You don't even know. And like, you know, she was trying to keep him away because she's like, felt mad guilt. Like, first of all, she got blood on her hands from killing somebody. Little does she know that Papa Steve was about that life. Over here running a whole criminal organization. But she didn't know that. She didn't know that. She's about to find out though, probably in the next book. And basically, she was like, yo, like, stay out my way. And like, and then she just pulled the, you're not my dad. Hurt his feelings. But you know what? When she went back, she was like, oh my God, I gotta go back to stripping. She went to check her student debt, all of it paid off by Papa Steve. And she felt guilty ever since. That's why she was mad and emotional at the funeral. I was like, damn, I know that he was like your favorite papa or something, but you know what? Let me not talk, because now, you know, my sister came back into my life. Not by blood, but in spirit too. Shoot, we might as well be by blood. And you know, like, when she came to me when my mom died, and it's so crazy how, basically our parents, aka my mom and her mom, raised us together as siblings. So when I found out her mama died, I was boo-hoo crying. Baby, my mama could not come for me. And I was so mad because I couldn't go to New York for the funeral. So we sent flowers instead. But I was so mad. I wanted to see her one last time. And I was damn. But you know what? That's what happens when you create bonds with people who's not your family, but they might as well be. It's like, nah, like, you can't tell me nothing. You cannot tell me nothing. So that's why, to be honest with you, I had to kind of skip over that, some funeral scenes, especially like when she's like reminiscing about, you know, this parent who's not really her parent, but like, cause number one, baby, what day is it today? I don't know. It's November, honey. Like, between both of my mother figures dying the same day, that's the creepy part, right? Anyway, the same day, I was like, no, we are up to the holiday season. I can't. So that's the only parts of the book scenes that I'm not gonna lie, I did skip over because I'm too emotional right now, and it's not even my period yet. It's not even time for my period yet. But anyways, let me stop. I'm not even done updating. So that's when Michael shows up. This nigga Michael, the Irish man, came up, took her Starbucks, because she was running late to this meeting, because she's trying to implement this program that she had in LA over here. And, you know, she had a full-on rant about, you know, the hospital that she's working at, because she since stopped going to LA. Like, she's like, nah, like, I can't, my whole life is in LA. I'm moving back over, starting all over again after leaving Damien and his ass. So he's over here, right? So she's moving back home to Philly where it's safer, and she's about friends and family, but like the racism and, you know, the microaggressions and stuff for work. And she almost didn't get her job as a top surgeon at her job because, like, on paper, yeah, and you know, she has a kind of whitish name. Yeah, she has a white name, Gabrielle. Mine is Gabrielle Union, but still, like, she, like, on paper, you know, oh, look at all these credentials and the name and everything. And then when she physically went in, the same person who called her was like, so she's like ranting and raving because like her friends threw a party for her because like, we're so proud of you, you're so ransacked and everything. And like the same day that she showed up in her whole garb and everything, like maybe they mistaked her for like for somebody else, like as if she didn't work her ass off to be a surgeon. Now she got in, like, she's like, yo, I thought I left all this racism and shit back in LA and uppity bullshit and politics back in LA. Now I gotta start all over again as if like 8 years was gone. I was like, damn, ain't that a bitch? But you know, they were comforting her, you know? So here comes Michael. Michael already has some kind of attraction to her, because tell me why they already kissed. Like I said, Wattpad and a bit of whiplash. Okay, so this book right here, it's very much I was hoping that the pace would be a little slower, since this is a friends to like lover situation, but I was hoping it to be a little bit, you know, a little bit more slow to that approach. I was hoping to get to the lovers part by book 2, in my humble opinion. I wasn't expecting to run into Michael. High key. But then again, I feel like we're almost towards the end of this book 1. So Michael got introduced a bit last minute at her new job, because now he's like the new hospital director, and like, oh, her boss isn't her boss's boss, but now she got to report to him because he managed to help get the program into it. And I was like, so he's a bit hard on her, because like, listen, it's not just me you got to tell it to. It's these other folks, because I actually believe it. But he did his research like on some stalker shit. Like, how you know she went all the way in Kenya, and like, had you say in another year you would have seen this hospital come to fruition? I was like, what you mean? You could like you still can't run your own hospital? I was like dropping mad hints. I was like, and also he knows that Gabrielle likes strawberry and stuff. Like, is this a Brun Mons or something? Are you the op? How you know so much about my girl? I'm very creeped out. But already they shared one kiss, and I was like, girl, this is too much. Now I know that Chris left your ass to go to Japan and shit, and technically y'all were moving too fast too, because anyways, I'm like, girl, it's whiplash. There's some instant love there, here and there, but then again, I feel like he is the third person, and I wonder how, oh wait, is he a Vermont? I forgot. Is he the op who ends up falling in love with her? I'm scared. Wait, what is their I don't know. It's been so long since I read this. Like, I read this back in 2001. So this is a reread. I'm gonna finish. I feel like by the time I'm done prepping my nails, I'm using polygel, and I found a different polygel to use. I'm gonna be so confused and stuff. I'm like, I don't know about this, but yeah, girl, this is it. With that being said, I'm out. Y'all, I just finished Damaged today. Today's Sunday. To me, a Sunday is the end of the week. To me, let me tell you something. This book is very much Wattpad X. This is a cute key to read in between books. I feel like these books I could read in between the heavy stuff that I actually want to read, like a break. Like, that's the only way I can like go through it. But to read it straight through like I used to do, I don't know what was wrong with me back in 2009. No, I'm 19. 2000. Hi, baby girl. Between 2001, but me reading it straight through to book 3 can't do it now. Not at this age. The pace. Okay, so my original rating was a 3. I'ma still keep it as a 3 because originally I thought, okay, we didn't get into like the relationships and like, you know, the really intense lover stuff until like book 2. Turns out it was in book 1. Baby, it's whiplash. And hell no. And also like, what else? There was a part where, you know what, I should say, like, it's just like constant back and forth. I'm like, so we're already friends with benefits. Like, I was hoping to, like, I feel like the best way to like make it better is if obviously we got the relationship development in here, right? Continue to work on that and then get into the lover stuff, like with all the stuff and the secret life that the brothers have, like that gets revealed in book 1. And then it's like, okay, now that, you know, we accidentally stumbled upon this, book 2 is like, okay, like I want to be with y'all regardless. And plus, you know, with the introduction of Michael in here, yeah, like that was kind of last minute, but like towards like I think 80% of the book. But I was like, girl, even that was fast, because it's like, dude, you can't be sleeping with your walls. And you know what? The black friend that she had, Tanya, she was like, girl, Tanya is literally me. Like, she is saying everything out loud. Any critique they would have back in the book, deadass, Tanya was that voice, especially for Gabby and her decisions. I'm like, girl, what the fuck are you doing? That's your boss. You just no, keep it professional. Like, respect to Tanya, because she was me, the voice in my head in a book. But yeah, and then like I would prefer if we got into the lovers, like develop the emotional shit, right? In this book. And then maybe a few kisses here and there. But like the sex stuff, I was like, I couldn't even be excited about this sex stuff because it's like the build up to the sex scenes. I was like, meh. Now this is the part where I get into the spoilers. Baby, turns out Charlie is like the nickname, his nickname in like their world, in their mafia world, is like the blue lichen. And apparently this man got unnatural strength. I'm telling you, this is definitely superhero given, which makes me wonder how the rest of the other books in the series that she got in this universe connect to each other, especially when you got witches and stuff. Like, so is he a mutant or some shit? Did he take some kind of secret drug like V to like make him powerful when he was mad young? Because they were going through, and then you got the Blue Kaiser, which is his brother Chris. He's like the older one, right? And I was like, I guess he's the one. And just like him, like there was a scene where he said like Arthur, he got attacked, child. Homeboy got attacked. And you know, they just got back from the United States from Japan after they expanded their territory, whatever that means, right? And look at homegirl. Oh my god. Anyway, sorry. My girl Kathy is hilarious. Anyways, so it was like very strange, but it's like, okay, he went to the bar trying to get drunk as usual, the bloop. He got attacked by some dude named the Hammerhead. Baby Charlie went to go investigate. He ended up getting kidnapped. Chris and the Code Black. And you know what? When Arthur got shot, right? They had to bring him over to Gabby, because they can't take him to the hospital because they might be stuck in the hospital ready to finish the job. So Kathy, I'm thinking about my cat right next to me. Hi, Garly. Hi, Kathy. Oh. But like Gabby was like rightfully got a lot of questions, and like he's like, no, we can't take him to the hospital. And then, you know, she got back together with Chris, even though she had like a friends with benefit relationship with Charlie. And then Charlie got the nerve to like, oh my gosh, I feel good. Y'all, I thought we already, and then there was some kind of inconsistency. Now, granted, they're trying to protect her from their world, but it's like, she was going to be involved regardless, considering her connection to Damien and, you know, unintentionally the big months and whatever. So technically, she's already adjacent by accident and knowingly. But she was like, but it's like, I thought we already established from the very beginning that both of y'all been in love with the same woman. So why would you feel guilty? If anything, like, I would expect y'all to be telling each other, like, girlies, like, yeah, I felt like, yeah, we did this. And, like, I would expect them to be more open about it, especially since it's kind of, even, like, the cousins kind of make fun of it. Like, oh, you've been in love with the same girl? Like, so everybody knows, except for maybe the brother and other people. But, like, yeah, like, I don't know why this is a conflict of interest between y'all, since both of y'all came to terms that y'all are in love with the same woman. So that's something that's inconsistent, I would say. But yeah, girl, will I be reading the next book immediately? Absolutely not. But I will be downloading on my Kindle because the next book, today is Sunday, I'm going to start another book. And I should say, like, start saying, like, okay, this book is about this, you know. But, like, it's a new to me author. And we'll see. I need to first read what it's about. Give me pause, okay? But yeah, that's it. And look at what I did, y'all. Look what I did. If you check me out on TikTok, you'll see more details. But, oh, this hand has to be my favorite one. Yeah, I did that, girl. Anyways, it's probably gel in case you're, and build a gel in case you're interested. But yeah, girl, I'm like, But yeah, the stars remain the same, 3-star. It's too fastly paced, in my humble opinion. It could be slower. I know. For a book that is like Wattpad, I feel like it should be a smidge slower and then get into the lovey-dovey, sexy stuff in the second book. You know, that's how I feel. Okay, but yeah, that is it. I'll let you know the next book I'm reading, and then we'll start the next vlog from here. And oh wait, I still get to have to build the palette based on the image. Duh. I'll get started on that, okay? Okay, y'all. So the next book I'm going to read, just so y'all know, this is going to be the end of the vlog, but just so y'all know, that I'm starting today would be, it's called Blood and Brujas, The Fate of Acna, Book 1 by Malika. And basically this is, I guess, a romantasy, 484 pages. And basically this is about Dayanara. Basically, she's a blade for her kingdom, and her kingdom is full of fierce brujas. And her mother is, I guess, the queen, the Acna. And basically, like, if her mama points in a direction, she's going to follow and kill. But basically, there's been centuries of war between the vampires on the borders, at their borders and shit. But like, her mother offers their king, her daughter's Dayanara's hand in marriage, right, as her truce, and the agreement is bound by magic. So she has to decide, like, okay, if she wants to like kill the king, if she wants to seduce the king, or like embrace the union. Either way, like, on the bright side, like, the marriage is going to make her the next Acna, and granting her all the powers that comes with the role. And depending on how much like their goddess like gives her, like, it's enough to, like, you know, reign control over her life, or, you know, make it crumble. Beyond Repair. So there's only 2 books. I'm gonna start with this one as a teaser, just so I can see like how I feel about it. And yeah, that's the end of this vlog. I'm gonna show you my palette, or should I do it on the other channel? I don't know. I'm gonna show you a glimpse because I have yet to go to the palette, y'all. So I'm gonna show you a glimpse, y'all. Hey guys, so this is the palettes that I made based on the cover. As you can see, this shade from Terra Moon Cosmetics has some kind of green shift, so I feel like it's good. Digital Zombie, very like Neon X, especially with like the light blue. I could just place it over those. I wasn't too sure. I feel like I don't have I have the perfect green shade, but I don't feel like digging. But these is what I could pull. And then like I feel like there's a certain part of the sky where it has both this and this together in one palette, but I can't find it. So for now, this is it. And as you can see, this, oh, you see that green to purple shift? And then this is like a nice green to like whatever shift from here to here. So I feel like these are cohesive enough. And maybe I should add a lighter green, but I could just use a fluffy brush. But this is the palette. The one that's in the square palettes is from like a palette, well, a brand I no longer support, so I won't be naming them. But this one and this shade right here is from Terra Moon Cosmetics. This is from Bella Beauté. This light green is also from Bella Beauté. This one is from Dandelion Cosmetics. Ignore this one. And this one is from MBA Cosmetics. I don't know what's going on with them now, but oh, look at this green. You see that flip? See here too? This is like a nice, I know it might not look like it in person, but this circle shade from MBA Cosmetics is like a nice nudish greenish color. So this is perfect for like the cover. Y'all, so here's the swatches of the palette based on the book cover, y'all. Okay, the blues. You see how Digital Zombie is very much neon, but iridescent? Like this can transform almost any shade. And this is like a nice everyday green. It's like a nice spicy neutral shade. High key, maybe I should have gone with something a little bit more green, but I feel like these 2 colors have enough of green shift, you know, without the flash. Yeah, it's like that middle shade, like, I'm sorry, like right here, y'all see? I'm not even pointing correctly. Okay, hopefully y'all can see, but like, you see that green shift? This shade right here? Oh, look at this. And then this, shut up. I feel, you know what? This actually fits parts of the sky, and this is like the lighter version of this. Oh my God. As you can see, this is so dope. I cannot wait to make eye looks with this. Like, I should do this more often.